audience because, you know, I'm really not good on the computer. I didn't sit down and type all that when I wrote that. So they said, well, how did you get it done? I'm going to tell you how I did it. I took a little audio thing, and I'd ride to Nashville, and I would just start talking. So I'd turn it on, and I started talking about my ideas. And so I brought it back, had a secretary type it up, and then I'd come up with a chapter. And I just talked for an hour. And then I had some very skilled people who knew how to edit and how to paste and cut, and they helped me organize.
And they put it together.
And they put it together. Then I had another person come through and read and brief and said, Kevin, this chapter's too short. Can you add more? I said, give me the microphone. And we took off and we illustrated it. And I have built my career off of those ideas developed.
You have 5. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk more about publishing.
Yes.
More about our books and how you can order or purchase a copy.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. It's the Treva and Kevin Show right when we come back.
Hi, I'm Bruce Kennedy with Fountain Gate Ministries, and we, the family at Fountain Gate Ministries, we love the church. In fact, we are an extension of the church. My wife Robin and I have been traveling and singing for years, doing revivals, vacation Bible school kickoffs, building dedications, and all kinds of services. We would love to have an opportunity to serve you at your church or one of the other artists with Fountain Gate Ministries. So if you need special music for your event, please give us a call at the bottom of the screen. God bless you.
I'd like to introduce Ginnys Management. We want you to make memories and money. We are a video and financial services company that works together with our clients to assist them with making money and memories, both personally and professionally. How do we do it? Call us up, sit down with us, let us tell you exactly what it is we do for you. Again, we are Ginnys Management. We want you to make memories and money.
We are back. Another great, exciting show, the Treva and Kevin Show. We're talking about publishing and how to publish a book. Kevin, you've written several books. First segment, we talked about how to make money in the Tennessee walking horse business by Dr. Kevin C. Kennedy, attorney at law. What's the next book that you have?
Well, the second book that I always thought that, you know, I'd put a book out every 5 years. Well, I started working on my next book. I got the title.
Oh, you were so young.
Divorce Through the Eyes of a Christian Lawyer.
I got them back.
And I thought it would be 5 years, Tree, but in all actuality, it was like 10. Because every time I got ready to publish it, the timing wasn't right.
Why do so many people get divorced, in your opinion?
Well, you know,
I mean, you wrote a book about that.
Well, so. And you know, when I wrote this book, I thought, Kevin, you get to hear so many problems on the inside. You've represented the rich and the poor, the young and the old. I've done so many, and so I wanted to share the experiences to try to prevent divorce. And divorce is real. They say 1 out of every 2 marriages have divorce. Wow. What was interesting, they looked up. One of the guys, I didn't know that they have the ability, but they have the ability on some of the websites and things. So my book, this book is in over 100 law schools in America. They use my book to train. And I said, wow, isn't that interesting? But in 2008, this book was published. Okay. And it had some great ideas. Yeah. Everybody can say, well, why don't you use those ideas? Well, you know, we need creative techniques. And again, all of my work, all these years, they kind of work one with the other. You know, you and I were talking about earlier, you said a computer and you can just type and things, and I didn't have that skill. So I used
a voice recorder.
I used a voice recorder on the first work and the second work. And remember this, the second one is always easier than the first.
It gets easier and easier.
It gets easier.
You just have to do the first one.
Yes. The other thing is, you know, actually the expense of the book got easier because we learn more. We know how we can cut some corners. We know how we can compare prices. And, you know, you and I were talking a little bit earlier about getting on the ebook. You know, once you get them published. Absolutely. So talk a little bit about that.
Yes. I mean, there are so many different forms that you can publish your book. There is the e-form, the ebook that is available. You have the audio book.
Yes.
You can do that. Of course, the printed version of the book. I mean, a lot of people are just downloading, like the Kindle. They do that on the ebook, and that's very inexpensive. One way to publish a book, there are several. You can either self-publish a book, or you can hire a company to actually do it. Now, when I first published my book, Leading Ladies, I spent thousands and thousands of dollars to publish that book. We have made it affordable. Once you learn how to do things, you can take out all of that extra. It was just a fancy package. When I began to, God says everything you need is in your own house. You have a graphic design artist. You have ISBN numbers. You have all of the things set up.
The Library of Congress.
You have that.
You learn that.
To do it. You learn it. And so I began to learn it. I did it for myself, and then I did it for my daughter, and then I had other people calling. But you can self-publish a book all on your own. There's a free website.
Yes.
If you don't desire to pay, a lot of money, you can go to Create a Space. It's through Amazon. And I tell people when they call me to publish your book, I say, hey, you can do it free. Go to Create a Space and do it. But if you don't feel like doing all the work, see, I like to have that service.
Right.
A service is nice.
Well, I had more lawyers than a little bit that were working.
So you had a team.
I had a whole team, and I would say, okay, guys, what do you think about this? Give me some brainstorms.
And it's a lot of work if you take on that responsibility all by yourself. It is a lot of work, but I have a team because I have a graphic design artist who lays it out.
Better than mine.
We have
mine.
Everything that's thank you. We have everything in the house, and that's a wonderful service to have. But you can do it all on your own. But I don't have the time. Well, if I didn't have my graphic design artist and all the people that I have, my team, it is no way I have the time to sit at that computer and try to do that.
Tell you,
but it's a great way to.
Twice in my lifetime, I had 2 home run opportunities, but I was completely packed as a lawyer and running my 11 other businesses at one time.
Wow!
And those books fell in my lap.
That's another show.
And I just couldn't seize the moment.
Wow.
Looking back, I said, Kevin, and later one of those became a movie. Someone else wrote the book.
Yes.
And I let those, but I learned, and I would try to teach my children and those others. One of the saddest things I think that I've realized, I have a brilliant friend, a genius friend, and he's now 62. And I said, well, he said, I regret that I never published my book. And I said, well, why didn't you write it? And here's what he said. He said, well, I knew I didn't have the money. Kevin Kennedy is teaching you. If you worry about having the money, you'll never get it.
Do it. Don't wait it, create it.
Don't wait it, create it.
That's awesome.
And if you wrote it, someone like me can come along and say, hey, Tree,
that's right.
Then let's dance. We'll get it done.
That's right.
But I cannot do anything if you don't have the product ready to go.
And especially for so many of you, you say, God has given me a vision. God has given me a dream. God has given me an idea. If you never step out on that idea, you never step out, it will never happen. There are so many dreams buried in the cemetery.
Come on now.
There are so many people who died and their dreams never lived.
Yes.
Those astronauts, those future presidents, those future authors, they're all in the graveyard and they're going to stay there. But while we are alive, we must let this year of 2017, let it be a year of acceleration.
Come on.
And when you do that, you'll find that you're winning. You're at the top. And I mean, start today. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today.
Yeah, well, the next book, it was kind of interesting. I started with this idea. We create opportunity.
I like that picture.
We
That's
don't
nice.
wait for opportunity.
We don't wait.
And so when I thought about that, that's a really great idea. I had a team of lawyers working with me, and we were putting it together. And then as I worked on this book, an ingenious idea came to me.
Okay.
What's in your stable? This is one of my great ones. It's got my Rolls Royce on the front, my home. And what this one really talks about, what's in your stable? Everything I learned about business, I learned from horses. Well, golly, that was a home run.
So it sounds like you use what you already have.
So this one went on hold.
Yes.
This one became electrified.
Yes.
I fired up my team. I had about 40 interns, and they were there, and we began to discuss this book. And boy, oh boy, set us on fire. Now, this is really kind of the book of dreams. I always thought as a little boy, wow, what about a home with the antebellum columns? And wouldn't that be marvelous? But remember, I was born in a one-bedroom house, never had air conditioning. We didn't have a tub. We just had a shower. So that was nothing more than a dream. And then in the front of this picture is the big bronze statue. They're about $100,000. Well, hello, come in. I never thought you'd get a bronze horse. And there's the Rolls Royce. So you can always think about this, but don't wait it. created. So the theory behind this book was everything you learn about horses. I've learned about business about horses. So there's all kinds of, every business needs a workhorse. That's you. You're one of the workingest women there's ever been. You'll outwork 10. Is it true?
Well, I don't know about 10.
I know it's true. And then every business needs a show horse where people like to look and they want to do, and people come and do business.
Yes.
And then every business needs a racehorse, because if you're not faster than the competition, somebody got your new car. Somebody got your vacation.
Okay,
is it true?
Come on now, Mr. Kennedy.
That's why when I said we picked up that book,
it was talk about
too much.
What about that horse they turn into glue or something?
Yeah, the glue horse. Well, if you look at your organization, you're going to see some that needs to be cut loose.
Ooh.
And then, there's the carousel horse. Let's talk.
About the carousel horse.
They just get on there and they go around in circles and go around in circles.
They're not going anywhere.
Hello, come in. And then there's the stick horse.
What about him?
You put them over in the corner, they're not going to do anything. You got to pick them up. You got to make them move. Anything happens, you've got to do it.
Wow.
And there's the haltered horse. You got to put the halter. They got to be led all around. All around. And then you've heard the old gray nag. You ever seen any business with the old gray nag?
No.
They need to move on down the road. Hello, come in.
I love that.
And so with that, what do you have? What kind of horses?
I don't want to be a glue horse. I know that.
And the truth is, we need a team of horses.
Wow.
We need a horse that can lead. And because
What about the stallion?
Oh yeah, well the stallion, he is proud. He is magnificent. People are drawn to him. They like his strength. They like his majesty with his long flowing mane and his long flowing tail. God created him. Now we can use him. God gave him to us, or we can ignore him. So they are majestic, and I've always loved horses. My horse farm has been in my family 117 years.
That's a long time.
The question comes, well, what about when it's real cold? You still got to go. What about when it's real snowy? You still got to go.
Well, hold that thought, Kevin. We've got to take a break.
All right.
And when we're going to come back, we're going to close out the show right here on the Treva and Kevin Show. I'm loving all of these books. Keep up the great work. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Kevin Kennedy with the Kennedy Law Firm. It's been said that strong people stand up for themselves and stronger stand up for others. Well, that's the philosophy at the Kennedy Law Firm. We take it as a great privilege and honor to stand beside you and to stand up for you. So in your time of need, call the Kennedy Law Firm. That's area code 931-645-9900. We're committed to helping people.
Right. Buy your calendars.
It's $15.
Place your orders.
You ladies gonna get a calendar?
Yes.
You ladies gonna get a calendar?
Yes.
All right, for more information, you can visit www.leadingladieswin.com and you can purchase your calendar. Thank you so very much. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we are back. What a great, wonderful show, Mr. Kennedy. I have learned so much. Just you inspired me, sir.
Well, you're so kind. It's kind of like the chemistry when you and I come together. Two minds. It's a mastermind alliance.
It's a lot.
And then God reveals these things to you.
Ideas.
A lot of times I still remember waking up in the middle of the night and an idea would hit you. You know what I tell you to do? Get up and write it down.
Absolutely.
Because the next day you may have forgotten
Say,
it.
write the vision and make it plain.
Yes, I love it.
Well, speaking of the Treva and Kevin Show, we have some exciting news. 2017 is going to be
It's
our year
on
and
us.
your year.
Yes.
We are going to take this show on the road, but we're talking about we're going to another state.
Yes.
We're going to fly somewhere. We want you to come with us, and we're going to do a show. I don't know, will it be Texas? Will it be Vermont? Will it be Denver? Will it be New York? Where are
I'm
we
scared
going?
to be traveling with you, Treva.
That's right.
The last time me and you were in Detroit, Treva, I didn't know what it was all about. You should have educated me a little bit
You
more
were
about
so
that.
excited about the Motor City, and they loved you. You danced all around that conference,
I know.
and they were saying, go, Kevin, go, Kevin. But we are going to take a trip, and we want you to come with us. So tell us, what are you thinking? We're going to take a poll, and we'll put some options out there, and tell us where would you like for the Treva and Kevin Show to go, and we're going to be there this year.
2017, that number 7 is a perfect number. That's God's number.
Yes.
And so he's going to do some unbelievable things this year. So I'm excited about standing back and watching, okay, Lord, what are you going to unfold?
Absolutely.
And I want to hear him say, who's going to serve me? And I want to say, here am I, Lord.
Yes.
Send me.
I love
and
it.
you know, the other part is when he says, what about you, Kevin? What about you, Treva? As for me and my house, we are going to serve the Lord. What do you
Yes.
say?
I say the same thing. We're serving the Lord in 2017, and we're going to be bolder than we ever have in our witness for the Lord and commit everything that we have to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And you know what? I have a wonderful revelation that I'm going to share.
I'm listening. Testify.
You know, Psalm 23, it talks about the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. This is going to be a great year for us. But let me tell you something. That when God is blessing us, there's always going to be the haters and the enemies and things. But he says he prepares the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Come on.
Wait a minute. I've got to stop you right there.
And at the
I
table,
cannot take it.
he has prepared a table.
cannot take it.
He has prepared. And you know, when a table has been prepared, you're dressed up at that table. You're sitting up tall at that table because he has prepared a place for us. Come on now.
I want to testify.
This is our year.
You know, I've been in the law business now 33 years.
He's prepared a table, Kevin.
And my pastor said, you know, read that 23rd Psalm. Hold on to that 23rd Psalm every day. And I heard him and I'm listening. And I never heard it in my ears till I heard it in my heart. And he said, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Every time you walk in that courtroom, the tables are already prepared, my sister.
Come on.
And they are not your friends. But yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Yeah.
For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So those scriptures are alive and well. They're not just words.
Yes.
I live by them. I teach them. I want to breathe them. And I want to share them. You know, every day that when we are faced with going to the court and the challenges, some people say, well, Kevin, what are you going to say? You got to encourage. I said, man, you really ought to just take the scriptures. That when I look to the hills,
from whence cometh
my help
comes from
my
the Lord.
help comes from the Lord. And I've seen the day that you can face so much
adversity,
tragedy,
Come on.
adversity that is
In our lives.
overwhelming.
Yes, it is. And
But
can.
then that's when
But
you hear
no
that
weapon, no weapon
formed
that is
against
formed
me shall
against
prosper.
me. And you know, I love the
love it.
scripture. This
Come
is
on now.
a
She's on
challenge
a roll.
to our viewers. I want you to say, surely goodness and mercy. I don't care what the devil tries and how he tries to back you up against the wall this year. You have to claim this
it.
year.
I don't.
Surely goodness. I want you to look that devil in his eye. And I want you to say, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
She's
and I
talking
will
with
dwell
power.
in the house of the Lord
I love it.
forever. And you have to claim that surely goodness and mercy, surely is a promise.
I heard you.
He said it's going to follow us all the days,
Amen.
Kevin, of our lives.
I like to hear that. And though
Yeah.
1,000 fall at my right hand and 10,000 my left, no harm shall come nigh unto me. Do you really believe it?
I believe
you
it.
and I believe it. And
I
we
do.
walk by faith and not by sight. You know, the world is full of fear.
Even having a television show where, you know, I mean, we face some obstacles. We face
Have
some
we not?
challenges.
Come on.
But God brought us through. He brought us over
If
mountains.
God be
Come
for
on.
us, then who can be against
When
us?
I first was presented with this opportunity to have this show, I said, man, we might can do it a month because of budget-wise, but we've been on the air now for
Where
how
are
many
you going to
years?
get all them tens of thousands of dollars? Where can
know.
you do it? And
And we've
except
never,
he
and
provides.
we've never asked for money.
Come on.
We've never came on here
God.
and begged and say, can you please support $5? God makes the way for us to have this show.
When there seems
because
to be
it
no
blesses
way,
the viewers.
He'll make a way.
And I'm excited about that.
Yes.
So you don't need any money. You just have to be obedient.
I've heard it
God.
said all these years.
I don't have
say,
any money.
Say, Kevin, well,
But I'm on
what have you
TV.
got? We got a commitment, and he's running out of time. Too much time.
All right. Thank
Too
y'all
much-
for joining us. We love
bless
you
you.
all. Invite us to your church. We'll come speak. And remember, Treva and Kevin Show, we're going on the road. Come on with us. We love you. Bye. Treva and Kevin.